welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your presence here on this channel. You guys really make a huge difference to me, to my experience, and to this channel. So thank you guys for being here, for being my friends. And if you have found yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. Please join us, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks and get cozy because we're going to have a little chat. And we're all friends when we gather at this table. So today's pick a card, we're looking at the person on your mind and what are they dying to say to you? What do they want to say to you, but they can't for whatever reason? Maybe they're just scared, maybe they're attached, whatever the case may be, maybe it's no contact, but what are they dying to say to you? We have 3 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with this card. It looks like somebody trying to claw the answers out of someone with the pink flower. Pile number 2 here with the white skull and the yellow flower. Pile number 3 with the bluish skull and the purple flower. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit today. And I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, today, the message, the reading today, the topic is, what are they dying to say to you? Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the pretty pink flower, or perhaps to the dark skull here, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what are they dying to say to you? What do they want to say to you with zero filter at this time? I'm going to start with tarot, but we're going to pull a lot of message cards for you today. So we'll start with tarot though. What are they dying to say? King of Cups, we're starting out with a really heavy hitter. They're like, if I only get one opportunity to express myself, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make sure that I run the gamut of how much and how deep I feel for you, because this King of Cups is sometimes over emotional about who he cares about. And you can see that he's drinking from this cup, and he wants to drink from your cup. This person on your mind wants to drink from your cup and wants to express a very deep amount of love for you. What are they dying to say, please? This person would like wear their heart on their sleeve when it comes to you. And you may be in separation, and they're saying that they're really tired of that separation. And it's been through this separation that they've really felt the full effect of the loss of you, or it's like being separated from you or not being able to express these emotions to you has truly been an invaluable lesson, but a painful one. And the 5 of Pentacles can really speak to sort of an emotional destitution that your person feels at this time as well. What are they dying to say, please? The 5 of Wands. That they're struggling. That they're still very jealous over you. They're like, I get so jealous over you. And there's a sense of feeling like there's competition and insecurity associated with it as well. And they also want to say that I know that I hide it really well. I know that I hide it really well and I act really tough sometimes. But the truth that they're hiding is the deep amount of love. But we have the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Cups on the back of the deck. So for someone watching, this person could already be attached right now, or you could be attached perhaps. But they're like, this is a situation that feels insurmountable. It feels insurmountable, and I can't express myself the way that I want to freely. You can even see here, it's like these rib cage, it's blooming into this beautiful butterfly, but it's the 10 of Cups, which is talking about potentially a family unit. This person could be a parent, so take that as it resonates to your situation. And there's so many 5s here because they're saying, I'm struggling and I don't know how to navigate an escape route, and I'm scared to leap, and I feel like leaping out of my comfort zone right now, which could be a very solid foundation, is just going to end up blowing up in my face. If I reveal how I truly feel, if I actually bring this emotion towards you, then no one's going to win. Most importantly, they're not going to win. They're going to lose this 10 of Cups, even though it may be worth it to them. Sometimes they wonder. Because there's like, I'm hiding how I truly feel, and I want to be able to share those thoughts with you. I want you to know how much you've literally touched my heart. Look at her reaching under the rib cage to touch that heart. And there's the rib cage. it's like if you feel like I have walked away and you feel like I don't ever think about you, you have made a profound effect on my experience. And I carry that effect, the way that you've touched me, the way that you've changed me, I carry that into all of my other experiences. It's not something that I can shake. It's become a part of them. It's become a part of their experience. They also want to say that they overthink, and it's almost like a state of anxiety that they feel, that they think about you all the time. Constantly, they dream about you. And it's only your influence that has enough power to make them pause and consider whether or not they want to continue building this foundation that they're a part of. It's only your influence that can have that type of an effect. And they're very impatient with themselves with how much they think about you, because they're like, I think about you too much. More than I should. Whoops. There's the Ace of Wands. Yeah, more than I should. But I don't know how to take the steps necessary to make those fantasies, those dreams, those thoughts of you come into fruition. And I don't know if I'm strong enough to execute what needs to happen to fuel this flame. Because you can see in the Five of Wands, there's a match that's been struck. But it will burn out quickly if we don't apply force, if we don't apply any type of element to fuel that flame. They want you to know, too, that they've learned so much about themselves, even in this disconnect, because of you and your influence. And some of their fantasies, some of their thoughts about you are very fiery in nature. It feels like it's like they want to come together with you in a physical sense with the Temperance. She's physically mixing those cups together. But they're also acknowledging that they don't have the strength right now, that now is not the time. It's not the time for this shift and change. They're acknowledging that they can't make change right at this moment, because they are in a protective stance. They are trying to protect. It's almost like they're saying, I need to protect my foundation from myself and from these thoughts. Two of Swords. And if it seems that they have been passive, they want to communicate that it has nothing to do with the intent or the desire. It has everything to do with choices and decisions. And they are trying to protect their investments. And these are not just practical investments. These are relationship investments too. There is a certain amount of protection that the Emperor wants to provide those under their charge. Here is the Queen of Pentacles. Back of the day. And you may have very similar scenarios to this person. They may not be the only person who is in this dynamic of a family unit. We have the Knight of Swords and we have the Queen of Swords. They also want to say that as much as they have everything inside of them to communicate with you, they can't come forward right now. You can see he's shoving that sword down his throat, because they're like, I don't want to create havoc for your environment. And so they are sort of passing the buck a little bit, because they themselves have the similar type of dynamic where they can't create change. But they're sort of applying the pressure to you, saying, I wish that you could make some levity, or I wish that you could bring clarity into the situation. And I am manifesting shifts and changes, but it almost feels like they're manifesting change as long as it comes from your end. It feels like they're applying more pressure to your situation and saying that that is an obstacle than they are admitting to themselves and to the connection here that their position is actually the only obstacle they need to worry about. We can't control another person's thoughts, feelings, or intentions. They can't control your actions. So for them to say, well, I don't want to create havoc for you, is them really passing the buck and not acknowledging that they're not ready to create havoc for themselves at this time. What are they dying to say, please, for pile number 1? We have here, I'm so attracted to you. There is so much physical attraction, but we started with the King of Cups for a reason, because there's a lot of love at the base of their feelings for you. What are they dying to say to pile 1, please? I remember every detail of that day, a day in the past, perhaps the last day that they were with you. And it's almost a torturing device. It's like a torture device. All of these thoughts, all of these opportunities that they remember, they go over and over and over those moments. I wish things could be different. My grandmother used to say, if wishes and butts were candies and nuts, we would have so many. You speak to me through music, but also here it's time for me to heal now. And there is an acknowledgement here that they can't act, that they're not in a position to act, and that it could really, if they do act towards you, it could really blow up in their face. They wish that they could take back their words, but I almost wish that they think that they could turn back the hands of time too and go back. But you can see even in your original card, it looks like a bunch of fingers stopping us from speaking. So there are restrictions from this person from executing any type of real communication towards you. What are they dying to say to pile number 1, please? Past life connection. You have known each other in the past of this lifetime, but also in multiple lifetimes potentially as well, which is why there's such a strong connection in place. I didn't follow my heart in the past, and that has come to bite them. That has caused, I feel like they have a lot of stability. I feel like they're not necessarily really unhappy in their life, but they're not emotionally fulfilled. They followed perhaps the expectations of others, and they didn't follow where their heart lines lay. I've made my bed and now I feel like I have to lie in it, and they're acknowledging that now is not the time to create change. They're like, now I have to be patient, now is not the time. But it's being fueled by the insecurity, and this is the challenge that you present to this person, is you encourage them to step outside those comfort zones because the intensity of the emotion is so strong. I don't know how to fix things, so they're very passive in making any type of decision to fix anything. And I wish that I had fought harder for us. And you know, these types of cards come in, especially in the future. It's like, I wish I had fought harder for us. But that's the lesson from the past that we're supposed to carry forward. When we come full circle with that recognition and say, I wish I'd fought harder, that's the call to action to say, okay, well, what are you going to do with that epiphany then? Are you going to apply that pressure now? Are you going to apply that pressure in this situation at this very moment? Because they dream of a second chance with you, and they have nightmares sometimes. They dream of that second chance, but there's not a lot of physical action that they're taking because they're worried it's going to just cause a lot of chaos for everyone involved. What are they dying to say, please, to pile number 1? I wish that I believed in me like you do. The Queen of Wands. You could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, because they're really attracted to you. But you're also intimidating, especially with this Queen of Swords energy. There's a little bit of intimidation. They don't know 100% how you're feeling. You give me a heart on. I laugh every time I see that card. It's like somebody who's not able to express themselves fully in emotion, so they head to the sexual realm. And this person's very physically drawn to you, but they're also really emotionally attached to you. They can't deny that. I know you feel the same. Soulmate energy with the Two of Cups. But this is all I have to give. This intrigue, this desire, this curiosity is all I have to give right now. Because I can't act. I'm too afraid of the consequences of my actions. There's one that flipped. We have Yin. We had the Divine Masculine as well. And I wish that I told you the truth. Back of the deck says, what do you even see in me? Do you still see that in me? What do you even see in me? Let's pull some of my written message cards before we do your charm bowl. What is pile 1's person dying to say to pile 1, please? I am wearing a mask in my life, hiding my true intents and feelings for you. I'm dreaming of you, and you don't know what you do to me. The Nine of Swords can indicate sort of negative dreams coming in as well. Memories of us keep me going. And I do know what I want, It's just that they don't know how to execute what they want. They lack the strength to execute what they want. There is something so special about you, and that's because they apply the divine feminine energy to you with the yin. It's like you do deserve every good thing. I watch your social media, and I thought it would be easier to walk away, and that has been proven very false. You don't know what you do to me is at the back of that deck. Let's get a charm bowl for you, pile number 1. What does your person want to say to you in the bowl today? Whoops, King of Cups reversed. 3 of Wands reversed. We even have the Queen of Cups reversed, and we have the Lovers sideways. So there's delays, brutal delays for this soulmate team because it's the King and Queen, it's the mom and dad in the bowl today, and it's being separated by this delay. And it's frustrating, and it has a lot to do with perhaps other people, other choices, other attractions. It doesn't negate the attraction here, but it does create a lot of complications from your end, and for your person's end, it creates a lot of complications. And it does really indicate that neither one of you are feeling fulfilled in your environments, because it's like we're dealing with a double-edged razor here, and we feel like we are in sort of a constant state of needing to fulfill responsibilities. We have the Anchor, which is talking about feelings of stagnation and feeling stuck in their environment. They want reunions, and there's a strong sense of friendship here with this pile as well, with the grapes. Pisces energy, this person could be a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and we do have the starfish as well. So a very healing element here, an acknowledgement from them as well in the cards that they feel like they need to heal and move forward, because it's been a very slow and painful separation for them with the handsaw. We have V and V, and we have the cat claiming our independence and Leo energy. We also have the letter E today, and going with the flow, we have the trunk in the air with the elephant, so good luck, but also endurance. So there could be a very long-standing no contact situation here for a couple of years, but also, and stamina too. It's like you've been waiting a long time for news from this person. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comment section, and I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to drop me that comment and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello everybody. In pile number 2, you were drawn to the yellow flower, or perhaps to the white skull, and this is your reading. What is your person dying to say? We're going to start with tarot, and then we're going to move into message cards in a moment. But what is your person dying to say to you with no filter at this time? What are they dying to say to pile number 2? We have here the moon. Now, skulls in general, 6 of Cups, are a symbol of transitions and grief that follows with those transitions, and the reality that kind of hits us in the grieving process. There is a lot of suppression that this person has kept back from you, and they're saying that. They're like, I really kept my feelings hidden for you for such a long time. And the reason I did is because it felt like there was a lot at stake. I didn't want to lose you as a friend. And there is this sense of really wanting to maintain that friendship, because if they can only have you in one capacity, then they'll take that. They'll take the friendship because they care about you so much, and they don't want to see anything ever bad happen to you. And they never want to hurt you either. But they can't deny anymore how they feel. And I can almost feel it in my heart. It's like it feels very overwhelming. It's like they want to bring about clarity and truthfulness and light to the situation. And it's like they want to see what lies beyond, what could be beyond the friendship here, because it feels like it could have began in friendship here. They also want to say that they have pretended for a really long time. when it comes to their feelings for you. And it's starting to get to the point where even their horse is looking back at them and like, what are you doing? It's like, you think you're fooling everybody, but you're not fooling as many people as you think you are. It's almost like they're trying to fool themselves into believing that they feel confident without this experience. When the truth is that they're devastated. Being separated from you or not getting the emotional reset, the peace that they're looking for. They feel really left out in the cold. They feel left behind. And there's a sense here too of feeling a little bit faded towards you. Like this connection holds a lot of weight for them, because even the stained glass coming through, it's like there's divine guidance still in place here. We have the King of Swords. This person could be an air sign. We also have Scorpio energy very strong as well. What are they dying to say? That they wish that they had taken that leap. And there's so much unfinished business here. It's like it took me time and space to gain that clarity. And it's like by the time I realized, it was too late. I should have left with you. And they feel like a fool. They feel like a fool. Because this has taught them sort of the different areas that they needed to work within themselves. Like this connection has taught them where they needed to apply their focus. They also want you to know that they think about the past. They reminisce about the past all the time, especially when they are working or trying. It's like every time they try to make movements towards self-improvement, the thoughts towards you come right back in full force. Because they've broken their own hearts. They've broken their own hearts in this situation. And there is this tendency, if you feel the same way as I feel, then maybe I broke your heart. And I'm like feeling so much, I'm feeling chills going through my whole torso. Because they're really acknowledging, they're like, I was not strong enough. I was not strong enough. And I was so attracted to you. It almost looks like the lion is like panting, looking up at this woman. It's like, I was not strong enough. And you made them weak. It almost thinks they want to say you made them weak in the knees, like when they were around you in the past as well. They act like they're unbothered by it. They become really good at that. You may not be in a physical separation from this person at all. It may just be an emotional separation where this person has not revealed their truth to you. Because they're like, I act really confident in my position, but the truth is I'm so jealous of anyone that gets to be around you. There's so much jealousy and there's so much dissatisfaction with where they brought themselves when it comes to this connection. They act really confident. But they're not happy. And they're so jealous when it comes to other people around you. You may be in another situation. You may be in a third party. And they may be very much aware of that. You do seem, it almost feels like a crush situation, and it does feel like you were kind of out of their league, or in their opinion, you were out of their league. We have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Emperor, and we have the Eight of Wands. They also want to say to you that, they have so much to communicate with you that it's like it's applying so much pressure to them. But it's like they don't feel like they have the courage or the ability to step outside of their current position, perhaps to reveal themselves. I feel like they've known you for a long time, because they're saying, I've grown up now. I've grown up now and I have more courage than I used to. But now they're fearful that it's too late. And I'm getting such a pain. Like, I'm just getting such overwhelming feelings in my heart chakra right now. It's resonating all through my body. It's like I didn't have the power then, but I have the power now. And now it feels like it's too late. It's like I couldn't do it then because I didn't have the power, and now I can do it. And it's like a grotesque humor. It's like it's so sad, it's funny. It's like there's nothing to do but laugh, because now I have the courage. I'll tell you all day long how I truly feel, but it's like I can't, because there's something that gets in the way of that. It's like it's too late. Or in their perception, it's too late. Because perhaps of your position, because I feel like the Divine Feminine here could be in another connection, or there's something about you that feels unattainable, makes them hesitate. So there's an irony here that they're kind of grappling with as well, because they're saying, like, I I couldn't then, I can now, but now I can't. What are they dying to say, please? Do you even care anymore? Do you even care about me? Is this all one-sided? It could have been those insecure thoughts that fueled their inability to reach out and offer you the gift of clarity and offer you the gift of a new relationship, especially moving out of a friend zone if that's resonating with you. Words do hurt. And it was the anticipation of some sort of rejection that stopped them, and their ego fueled them with all sorts of insecurities about you. There is almost, though, an energy coming in about a conversation. There could be a very specific conversation that somebody, and if this is for you, you'll know it's for you, but it's like if you talked about other people around them, especially in the friend dynamic, if you talked about other interests, that could really have stolen a lot of their confidence in that moment too. There could be a work connection or a school connection with this person. We have here, I just wish things were different. I just wish things were different. It says, you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. It's like, I'll take what I can get from you. It feels like I'll just take what I can get. And I just wish things were different. It says, I am coming, trust, the Magician reversed, or the Ace of Pentacles reversed, perhaps. But it's a scattered energy, wasted potential. It's like we have such wasted potential here. We could have so much more together. And I hope that you'll wait for me, the Three of Pentacles reversed. So this person could be in a foundation too. But it feels like, again, it's like this wishful thinking. It's like, I hope that you would wait for me, but it's like you've moved forward. You've moved forward. And even if you haven't emotionally, they feel like you have. So it's like, even though now is the point of contact, like I have the courage now to manifest, to create change. I have the force and the confidence to do it. I can't now because of not enough support system coming in, or a foundation that I'm worried about crumbling. But I think about you all the time, Ace of Wands, and I'll never stop fantasizing and hoping for some sort of solution to this scattered energy and wasted potential. What are they dying to say, please? I've been hurting without you. You have absolutely no idea. And this pain, this Three of Swords, that is, it's like piercing the heart center. It's piercing the heart center. They're having to struggle to tame it. And this is current energy that's fueling this desire for peace, because that's what they want. They have so much love for you. It's like they don't know what to do with it. And they just want peace from their feelings. I do want to make things right with you, but just please give me that opportunity. It's like, I hope you'll wait for me, but it's like nobody waited here. It's like time waits for no one, and someone in this connection did not wait. Which creates what appears to be an insurmountable situation, but it actually just creates issues and obstacles that are not insurmountable. I have inner childhood wounds. Which affected their ability to be confident. I am not used to a connection like this, so I run. And you really are the best thing that's ever happened to me. I almost feel like when you met this person, they had like no experience in love, or at least in executing love in a real sort of mature way. They had no experience to go from. I hold back because I don't want to be rejected. I feel they held back because they didn't want to be rejected, and I think they still hold back because they don't want to be rejected. What are they dying to say to pile number 2, please? I can't come forward right now. They can't come forward because they almost feel like it's too late, and they're really insecure to bring forward that offer because they don't want to create havoc for anybody involved. But I am haunted by us. And it was through this separation, it was through the grieving process that their eyes were truly open to the truth of how they feel. I wish I had been more honest with you. But there's so many wishes here. It's like, I wish I'd been more honest. I wish that things were different. And when we have these desires, these wishes, these manifestations, we have to take practical actions to fuel the positive results that we're hoping to manifest. You send me mixed signals. I feel like there was a lot of flirtation in the past, even if it was a friendship dynamic. I think that there was a really strong connection for you too. And I still feel that jealousy over you. Back of the deck says, I do dream of being reckless. And when I wrote this card, I really thought about some, like the Knight of Wands, charging in without a nary of a thought of the consequences. So you, again, could be in another connection where they just feel like charging in towards you. What are they dying to say to pile 2, please? My attraction to you is more than physical. They don't want to come across as some sort of creep or something. It's like they want you to understand that their feelings for you are so deeply emotional and innocent as well. And they want to preserve that. They want to preserve this pedestal that they put you on. The reality has definitely hit them like a ton of bricks. It's opened up their eyes, but also sent them into perhaps a grieving period as well. I want to run away together. So if there are attachments on your side, on their side, they do dream of being reckless and rushing in and just whisking you off. I'm waiting for you though. Waiting for your call. Waiting for you to perhaps wrap up a situation. That's wishful thinking for them because you may be well established in it. They don't want to create havoc in your life right now. They want you to know that you are also their happy place. And this feels impossible, but I just can't let you go. I just can't let you go at this time. They are creeping your social media as well, so keeping tabs on you as well, group 2. Let's get a charm bowl for you, group number 2. What does your person wish they could say right this moment? What are they thinking right this moment when it comes to you and this connection? Unfinished business here. Everything's in limbo. Everything's in limbo. And it's the 8 of Swords is this restriction, this mental prison that we've put ourselves in. And it's only the strength of this Nine of Wands that can push us out of that prison, that can get that world turned back around. But it's going to take some leaps. It's going to take some risk. And I feel like things are stagnated for a reason because there's unwillingness to create that risk at this time. But it's also this very scenario in the bowl that I feel fueled into the situation at hand. We have in the bowl the letter P, the letter B. We have Capricorn energy. I believe Capricorn was in the bowl the last reading as well. We have the 4-leaf clover for good luck. It's like you don't even need luck. When people look at you, it's like this person looks at you on such a high pedestal. It's like things just unfold naturally for you beautifully. We have here the 8 of Pentacles. There could be a work connection. December could be significant with the Christmas present, and there definitely could be third party, which throw a huge wrench in the plan because it's the black triangle. So it could be a real solid foundation that is really stagnant. They're mourning the loss of what could have been as well. We have here the heart with the nursing cap, so there could be a hospital nursing connection, or a broken heart. A broken heart, and you have your broken heart here with your 3 of Swords. We have the wrench in our plans, but again, it's the small wrench. I have 2 different versions of the wrench, small and a big one. And this is, it's not as, there are big issues. There are big practical things at play, but it's not insurmountable, Spirit says. Does it require a lot of effort and a lot of stamina and strength and courage? Yes, but it's not insurmountable. We have here forever. Oh, forever with the 6 of Cups. This person's really, really, they love you. It's a very innocent love, but they love you. And we have Virgo energy as well. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe, hit your notification bell, your like button, and drop me that comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading if you feel called to, but I just hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. You are drawn to the purple flower or to the blue skull, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, which deck do I want? What are they dying to say to you? We're going to start with some tarot, and then we're going to move into message cards today. Lots of message cards before we do your charm bowl. But we're going to start with tarot today. So what does the person on your mind, what are they dying to say to you at this time? We have the World. So the World coming out first is always indicating unfinished business. So much that has to come off of their chest. And it's like they didn't take the risk in the past, and they are really regretting that, because now they're feeling like all of the potential has been wasted and scattered, and it's heartbreaking to them. It's heartbreaking to them. And some of these delays, some of this inability to create change could come in because of other involvements with other scenarios or other people. So take that as it resonates to your situation if there are third parties involved here. But it's breaking their heart because they feel like they ran out of time to be able to express something, and they kept masks on for way too long because they were too afraid of what was coming, or if you were going to reject them. It's just that they kept themselves armored, and it's that protection actually ended up causing more pain and more harm than good. It's like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, but in this case it was the opposite. What are they trying to say? Ace of Swords reverse. Oh, they feel so silly. They feel stupid. Like the Ace of Swords is reversed, so they're so stressed out about the epiphanies that have come in and about the lack of clarity. They get stressed out because they don't know what your opinion is. They don't know how you're feeling about the situation, and that thrusts them into despair. It's like they need help to get their point across to you. Yeah, there's the Queen of Swords. Back of the deck is the Two of Cups. Can we clarify, please, the World? They want to tell you that the reason they held back so much is because they were afraid that you were going to say no, that you were going to reject them. And now they're like, because they're sort of in this place of fear, they've given their empowerment over to that system, over to that fear, and they're in a protective zone so that they protected themselves. It's now they almost want to say, I want you to choose. I want you to make change here because I don't think I can because I'm too stressed out. The Tower. And if they thought they were, by avoiding the issue in the past, if they thought they were going to avoid the pain, they haven't, because the clarity came in for them like a sucker punch to the gut. It hit them hard. And it feels like now it's like they were afraid to kind of let the cat out of the bag because they're afraid of not being able to go back. But now they can't go back. They can't unsee what they know. They can't unlearn how they feel. The Three of Cups. There could be third party here, but more importantly, the Three of Cups, Three of Swords. This is about friendship that's been lost. This is about someone who you spent a lot of time with, who you enjoyed spending time with, and they really enjoyed your company too. And you represent a period of time of freedom. And there are similar qualities to this pile as there were to pile 2 as well, because there sounds like a very strong friendship energy. This person's like, we were friends, and I was afraid to change that dynamic. But I also feel like there could have been complications then. I feel like one or both of you may have been dating somebody else, or there could have been just some complications then as well. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh. And I just heard that Adele song, We Could Have Had It All. We could have had it all. And what they say that they feel stupid. And then I looked down here and all I could hear was that I heard Obama's voice when he called Kanye West a jackass. It's like, that's what they feel, like a jackass. They feel because they let their insecurities, they let their ego rule this situation. And because the ego is ruling it, it's got that wheel completely solid in place. We're not letting it move. We're not letting it turn. And now they are afraid to bring clarity into the situation because their ego, again, still has hold over the situation. They've given all of their power over. They don't feel like they have the power to create change. And they're saying that we could have had it all. We could have had it all together. We could have had emotional abundance. We could have had security. We could have had dependability. and commitments between the two of us. But it's like I needed help to get there. I needed the assurance that you felt the same way, that you were feeling intently, that you still do. And they're not convinced. Their ego tells them you don't. And the Six of Swords is like, I need peace from the situation. I'm in pain and I'm stressed out because I have something to say and I'm too afraid to say it even now. So if in the past there's been unfinished business, they're still carrying that lesson that hasn't been executed. It's been learned, but we haven't passed the test yet. The test being acting upon these epiphanies that we feel so intensely to create change. Because they're so, and I feel like you cast a bit of a shadow on people because they're saying you're like a triple threat. You're creative and you're smart and you're attractive and you've got a big heart. And that poses a huge sort of shadow over a situation, and really they pale. They feel like they pale in comparison to you at this time. They're like, I pale in comparison here. What are they trying to say? Now, for someone watching, and this is not for everyone, there could be a family unit on the Divine Feminine sides here. You could have your hands full at this moment. We have reached out, but they're still wanting to put the onus on you. They still say, I don't have the confidence. You are on a higher level than me. And it could be your position that they feel is kind of affected the most. They're like, you have the power to create change here, whereas maybe I don't. Or they don't, because they've given their power away. So they're hoping that you'll be the one to reach out to create some sort of solution here. Because even the Six of Swords, the sixes come in as sort of a call for help. Even with the Six of Cups, it'll showcase someone, a person or a little child giving a cup to another child, because it's about help coming in and about being generous with each other and bringing clarity in, but you being the person to bring in that clarity. What are they dying to say? We have here, I still don't have all the answers. And what's interesting is that you did choose the blue skull, which is the number 7, which is kind of like a pause point in tarot where we start to reflect, to make decisions about what we want to do and where we want to go. But this person could sort of be really influenced by their emotions that steal the focus from their empowerment. You can see there's shades of red here, but it's being cloaked by all of this blue. All of the emotions make them feel powerless. They're not. They're not powerless to speak. The Knight of Swords is just afraid of what's waiting for him. He's too stressed out to do it. So they're hoping that you can throw yourself on that sword and create clarity here. We have love me. It's like, for the love of God, just love me. What are they dying to say? Please give me time because I've never felt like this before. And they're overthinking everything. And it's like they need the time to be able to figure out if they have the strength or the courage to push through and see this through. It says, I'm open to compromise, the Two of Pentacles, but it's reversed. It's like an inability to commit to a decision. And I'm juggling and I'm overwhelmed by this situation. They are super attracted to you though, back of deck. Super attracted to you. As much as they want to express their emotions, they'd be happy to be able to express themselves in a physical way with you. It would make them feel good to know that you are physically attracted to them. What are they trying to say, please? I feel you leaving me behind. And do you know what? I feel like you are kind of leaving them behind, because if they're stuck in this zone in the present, this wheel is not in motion, they're allowing their ego to take reign of their voice. They're letting their ego control their voice. And you are sitting confident, smart, secure, filled with emotion. And the Queen of Cups she puts a lid on her love, and her love is so worthwhile because it's permanent and because she stops at nothing to prove her love to people. Like she's a love bug. She's who you want as a partner. So it's like you hold all the cards here. You are leaving them behind because they're not on your level. And they feel that too. They're not on your level. I want to be more than friends with you. They're coming up over top of the Three of Cups. So if this is a current situation where there's no disconnect, it's like they want to reveal this. They don't want to just be friends. They are so attracted to you. says we need to let each other go, and so many things remind me of you. Now, the Three of Cups can indicate the desire for a reunion and the sadness that they're experiencing because of the separation perhaps that you may be experiencing here. So if it is a disconnected period, again, I'm dealing with collective energy, so we can have, you know, an emotional disconnection or a physical disconnection. There is an acknowledgement here that you may have outgrown the situation and they haven't pushed themselves. It's like you have created this seed for them that encourages them to leap and to evolve and to take risk, but they haven't taken those actual steps. And so you may sort of be leaving them behind a little bit in life. I regret lying to you about my feelings. Back of the deck says, I do replay our conversations over and over and over, which is sometimes helpful and sometimes that can be a real detriment to the situation. What are they dying to say, please, for pile number 3? We have here healthy choices and the runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy and listening to ego. And that's exactly what that Knight of Swords is doing. He's running, making healthy choices in life and love, self-care, and being happier. That can help temper the situation, fueling more power. And that's not a bad trajectory for this connection, to be honest. For this person to actually pause and work on themselves, that's exactly what they need to in order to gain the confidence to be able to usher in change and not put all of the expectation on you. Because back of the deck says Cupid's arrow, having faith, the love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, but hesitation. So it's like it does spark sort of a, I don't want to say obsession, but it's like Cupid's arrow hits us unexpectedly, and it's like somebody who was taken off guard, or taken off guard by their feelings for you, because they kind of popped in unexpectedly, perhaps. What are they dying to say to pile 3, please? You don't know what you do to me, but I am stuck right now. I also just saw, are you still angry? So you may be frustrated with this person, with that Queen of Swords. Even she's sitting there with her arm up, like, that's enough. All right? It's like, I'm making boundaries because that's enough. Every song I hear is about you. A little bit obsessed with you, this person. In an innocent type of way, but there is obsession. I know I messed up back then, kicking themselves, feeling like a bit of an ass, to be honest. The separation is very painful. Wanting a reunion. I'm keeping tabs on you, and this has been similar throughout all 3 piles. People are watchers, you know. The internet has allowed us to keep tabs on absolutely anybody, it feels. Where have you been? Having a difficult time keeping tabs on you, perhaps. This feels like an obsession. Oh, you make it too easy to love you, back of deck. That's the other side. You make it easy to love you. I want you so badly. You make it so easy to love you, and they want you so, so badly. Charm Bull for pile number 3, please. What is this person on your mind feeling for you right this moment? Ooh, the Hermit, the 3 of Cups, wanting reunions, trying to figure out a practical plan to get that, though. There's isolation and loneliness that they're experiencing right now within the connection as well. But they pretend like they're confident and they're strong. They like to fantasize about solutions, and they like to fantasize about victory in this situation. But even the horse is looking back at his rider like, why are you acting so confident? We know how you truly feel about the situation. So they wear masks when it comes to you. So if other people ask them about you, they may deny their feelings. Oh, we have one on my hand that's stuck. Oh, in the Bull today, we have no letters today. We do have the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, though. Somebody who wants to evolve a relationship, perhaps from a friend zone into more of a emotional reset. We have here the Christmas present, which is December could be significant. We have the shamanic feather, and we have the anchor and the hammer. And when the anchor and hammer are together, it's really speaking to me about stagnation and about how it's actually an opportunity to self-master our own emotions and to master our confidence and our courage to create change. We have a heart with a constellation, so someone who thinks that your connection is sort of meant to be. We do have the pink star, which is this, it's like the Aquarius energy. So you could be an Aquarius or this person could be. Here's Cupid's arrow. We saw that Cupid's arrow card as well. We have the screwdriver. So somebody, and the message coming through is like, it's like I screwed myself over here. I screwed myself over. We have the owl and we have the seahorse. Looking at things from a higher perspective, they're not fully there yet. This is the teeny tiny owl, and I do have graduating levels in my charm bowl. So they're not there yet with full awareness. They're not there yet. But there's a certain amount of surrender at this moment to the flow, because it's like they don't feel like they can create change, and they may be waiting for you to create some sort of change or for something to change in your life. But you know what? It's just like Dr. Seuss says, you should escape all that waiting and find the place where big boom bands are playing instead, because waiting doesn't serve anybody in any situation. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comment section. And I would love for you to become a beautiful part of our star family here by subscribing, hitting your notification bell, and dropping me that comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. But you can also check me out on Etsy if you're interested in a personal reading. But mostly I just hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.